All right, let's see. Hello, world. Hope everyone's well. I'm doing good. I saw an awesome performance of Tchaikovsky's Pathetique. Beautiful Korean conductor at the Segerstrom I now have a crush on. Um, that was yesterday. Saw her with my mom. It was awesome. But man, going out these days is so pricey. The cost of everything. So, I just gotta, I can't overdo it. Just do it once at a time. I'm so fortunate for our ability to enjoy, awesome performances. So, but I want to go over. Oh, and last night, I've started just before I go to bed. I think bless everyone. It's kind of a prayer meditation. Just bless everyone. I sleep a lot better. But a little bit, still having some insomnia and some stuff I won't even go into right now. But today, I want to go over my special collage, which I made. Let's see. Yep, it's, by the way, kiddos, if you're under 18, words of wisdom, hold on to your shit. I've gotten rid of way too much shit over the years, and I regret it. I kind of had an ascetic strain in me from reading Buddhist bullshit. So I got rid of way too much shit, and I regret it. Even, gifts people gave to me, like my uncle gave me for Christmas one time, or maybe it was my birthday, a dummy bomb that he turned into a lamp, He's a hilarious guy. He's a plumber, geologist by training. He can fix anything, Anyways, that's my Uncle Scott Williams. Love you, Scott, if you're hearing that. Anyway, this is my collage. There's my grandma. I'm living in her house. She passed away in 2012. And look, this is a cool thing. This little frame I got from maybe it was Amazon. It was super cheap. It was like $10. And I can just, if I kept this little eulogy on the side so I can take it out. And, oh yeah, those are pics from 5th grade. Here's my 5th grade teacher, Tustin, W.R. Nielsen School, Mrs. Spivey in Tustin, California. I always love her. Probably Jewish, although her name is English, but she's just some of the remarkable Jewish women and teachers that inspired me in middle school. So sweet. She gave me, her husband worked for NASA, and she gave me a whole shitload of photos from the Voyager trip. That's Jupiter, and I think that's one of the moons of Jupiter. And I kind of, Jupiter just did, I don't know, enthralled me or mystified me. And then these are the little JPL spiels. Those are my pictures from Hawaii, I believe, when I was a little kid. And that's Return of Halley's Comet, 1985. My Uncle Scott Williams, bless his soul. I think he bought those, and we had a typical family pagan barbecue rib thing, cook-off in Morongo Valley. So what else? Okay, anyway, this is my grandma. Yeah. When it's over, I want to say all my life I was a bride married to amazement. I was the bridegroom taking the world into my arms. December 1st. Magical, brilliant Sagittarius. Magna cum laude at, I think, University of Dallas. And I can just tape that back in there. And, well, I'll fix that later. But okay, Sea Cadets. I was briefly in the Sea Cadets, believe it or not. And that would have been end of the 80s. Very brief. I spent a weekend on the USS Peleliu, which is LHA-5, nuclear-powered, nuclear-armed attack, a marine craft. But it was so spooky, especially going to where the nuclear shit was and seeing all these pasty white people from lack of sunlight that looked terrified of, like, oh my god, this is gross. All these guys, gross guys, not very bright, made horrible. One guy, our E9, I think, made a joke about giving a woman a brownie until she cried, which I won't even describe what that is. I didn't even know what that was until many decades later. Anyways, I was in Hawaii. There's my Moanalua Elementary School progress report. It's a brutal experience. It was between 1980 and 85, and I lived on Tripler Army Medical Center because my dad was was finishing his residency. He's a DO, and was finishing his residency in Hawaii. And But I had this stepmother who was kind of a nightmare. It was home kind of felt like Dracula's castle. But it was between 80 and 85. I had joint custody with my mom, who was in California, and I would go for a few months and then shipped over to Hawaii to one of 3 or 4 other elementary schools over the course of 5 years, and then go back to spend time with Dad and this crazy mean woman for a few months. And I was always the new kid in class, like midway or 3/4 way through the course, so totally humiliating. And I kind of progressively went insane in Hawaii. I was like, oh my God, I just want to go back home. I was between 5 and 10, and I was waking up 6 or 6:30 to Reveille, sleep deprived, going to an all Asian Polynesian school, and I just wanted to be back to California, even though I couldn't enunciate or couldn't verbalize it, but I wanted to be with my own ethnic group, and California had lots more cool stuff, and I wanted to be with my mom, so that kind of drove me insane. Here's I think this is the most insane picture of me. That's about, I must have been 7th grade, I think. I just look like a bacillus, bacillus in disguise. I didn't know shit. I was like a water balloon, just introverted, insanely introverted. So there's this was cool. I did have a lot of fun. Dad really treated me to a lot of fun in Hawaii, and I need to do an awesome devotional to my dad and mom on one of these things. But that's Domain of Pele, Fire Goddess Kilauea. I walked across with my dad the what's it called? It was the crater on the Big Island, Haleakala crater. So cool, and you smell the strong sulfur smell, but he has this awesome endurance, physical endurance, just like you wouldn't believe, more endurance, mental and physical, than anyone I've ever met. And he had to carry me part of the way. So that's the certificate. It was at, where was it at? Some kind of military camp. Hawaii is a monument to the military, and a lot of anger at Howleys. So, those eyes. I always had such intense eyes. Funny streak, class clown in Hawaii. Helicopter experimenter. That's about 87 in Arizona. I wanted to make a jet helicopter. I just saw one of these. It was a regular helicopter off the coast 2 days ago. I was like, oh my God, maybe it was yesterday. But it was just to make it yourself, what do you call it? It's part helicopter, part plane. Very dangerous. I'd never go in a helicopter because you 4 times likely to crash and die than in a regular plane. There's another early picture. That's a good one. A little effeminate, because I had some, won't go into it. But, that's from England. I went with my mom to London and Stonehenge. I think that was 2016 or 17. Garbage Pail Kids. I was into wacky stuff like Garbage Pail Kids and Weird Al Yankovic, and of course the high holy days of MTV. MTV in the 80s, man. Just like, oh my God. Later I realized a lot of it was really sick, like Madonna. I mean, she's kind of a whore. That's what Elton John totally calls her a whore. She is pretty disgusting. She said she has been a quote-unquote siren to certain men, which means she led them to their deaths, and she was kind of proud of that. Then I went back to school night. That's from Nelson. Gary Busey signature for my brief forays into Hollywood as a greensman. Thank you, Butch. Very cool. And this is look at that, Leslie Nielsen. Check that out. That's a call sheet from Paramount on Naked Gun 2.5. That's the call sheet Butch gave me. Yeah. I pray for Butch. His health is declining. He's over in Serbia right now, and his best friend is there, Dennis, and Dennis fell ill with pneumonia and is in a hospital, and he's just desperate to get out of the hospital in Belgrade. But he was cleared. He's going to be on a plane tomorrow, I think. Anyways, all the best to them. So that's it. Make some of these collages, and again, hold on to your important shit. I'd much rather have been a pack rat, or what do you call it? Not a pack rat, not collector. People who a hoarder or whatever, hoard shit, like my Aunt Rosie. But you know, I'm glad I just had this. Especially the space stuff, because that made me insanely excited about space and space exploration and the planets and space camp. I wanted to go to space camp, and you know, the picture of, I remember seeing the full picture of the Earth from space when I was in 5th grade, and it's just, I knew it was so powerful I couldn't even verbalize it. And it's still the most amazing picture. They kept it secret. NASA kept it secret, actually, for a while before, because they were afraid of startling society or something. And but yeah, I went to like weird space expos where like people were like selling missiles, you know, trying to like, you know, Raytheon or Lockheed were, you know, and I sent like 500 cards to space agencies, and this is the late 80s, and so back then the secretaries were super generous, and they were pushing the space program, you know, to fight the empire, Russian atheist empire of evil. You know, Reagan. I didn't have a clue how Reagan was so diabolical, but you know. What else? I was gonna say something more about space. Yeah, Jupiter. What the hell? I'll say something. You know, I was wanted to be an astronaut, and you know, what a lot of kids want to, but now I'm totally kind of like anti-space exploration because it's just a big waste of money once it's for secure defense, you know. But yep, there's Jupiter. Oh yeah, I remember. Oh, it's like you know, 2001: Space Odyssey was the most powerful movie I've ever seen. And it registered deep in my subconscious just how powerful it is. The juxtaposition of you know, Darwinian evolution with space exploration and a higher intelligence, you know. So, then I saw a film with my mom last night called Freud's Last Session with Anthony Hopkins and I think it was Matthew or Thomas Good. Great acting. Oh, there's an awesome, beautiful woman too in that movie too. What was her name? Oh shit, I can't remember her name. Jodie Balfour. So beautiful. Oh God. So, anyways, that's it. Hope everyone's well. You know, keep up the faith. You know, God is good, despite how everything is insane, and we're hominids and have all this power, which is insane. But you know, God is good. I feel in the flow, in the way. You know, and being respectful, being able to really see and improve my skills in seeing into people's souls and letting people see me, being an open book, you know, and forgive, let go, be kind, be of service, don't give up. Godspeed, peace out, world. Bye-bye.